Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Marmello here. Good to see you again. So if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I've been looking for the ultimate backing track setup. And I mean, I make a good living playing solo acoustic, but you know, it gets boring after a while. So I'd like to be able to jam on some electric guitar. I'm going to be able to roll out some Van Halen and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Allman Brothers and just have a full band sound. And I don't mean with all the crazy orchestral tracks behind me and insane background vocals, just a rhythm section really, and maybe some rhythm guitar underneath leads or something like that, or keyboard parts if they're prominent in the song. But that's about it. A little bit of a band replacement. And as we've already established, nobody gives a shit. People don't care. Only other musicians talk shit about people who use Traxx. It's the norm. Every big band uses them now, and everybody that watches this channel knows I don't need them. So that's not the issue. The issue is just, you know, fun, having more fun playing, being able to bring out the electric guitar and be able to, you know, blow some leads and stuff. So, but I've been looking for a specific backing track setup because I have some specific needs. Number one, I'd like everything to be in one app. I'd like to be able to, you know, look at lyrics, control songs, playlists, and things like that. And that one's easy to attain. The main thing I want to be able to do is not so much, I'd like to at least have the Traxx multi-track within the app so I can mix, you know, the bass and the drums to taste, because that's going to change per room. But the main thing is I want to be able to take sections of the songs, mark them out, essentially make them clips, and be able to use MIDI or an air turn device or something to go between sections of the songs and loop them. So if I want to jump to a chorus and loop it 4 or 5 times, or I want to play the lead for friggin' 32 bars at the end of a song, or I want to extend the lead 4 times in the middle of the song just because I'm having fun, like a jam band would do. I want to be able to do that. And I think I've finally found the program that does all of that. Now, previously, I thought I was going to have to use like Prime app, which is what the worship people use. And basically these concepts, being able to take the songs clips, you know, break the songs up in sections and have clips and be able to trigger the clips and loop them. That's an Ableton Live thing. You'd be able to do that in Live. I've been able to do that for, I don't know, 15 years in Live, or even more, a decade. And Prime kind of piggybacked on that because the worship community was some of the first people to really go hard into the Traxx and multi-track background tracks and the ability to loop sections and things like that. They've been able to do that for a while. But the actual live musician, non-worship community hasn't had anything like that. And the problem with Prime and some of the other one, Playback is the other one, is you have to upload your own tracks to their server. It's got to process them on their server and be able to spit them back out on your iPad, and you know, it's cumbersome. And then you got to have a membership. It's a monthly fee because, you know, you're hosting your tracks on their server and stuff. I wanted something where I could do it myself. I thought I was basically going to have to host the tracks myself and just use Ableton Live and set them all up that way for me to be able to run a track type act the way I want to. But that's not the case, because with Stage Traxx 3 you can do all of that and more. You can send MIDI changes to change your effects pedals. You can control the app itself via MIDI pedals. You can use air turn, you can use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi over MIDI, Bluetooth MIDI. I mean, dude, you can upload your own PDFs for lyrics. You can slow down, speed up tracks, but not in the multi-track version. You could change keys. You know, you could key them up and down depending on if you need to change keys, if you're having a bad night or a bad week or you're sick. There's so much stuff that this can do, and I just watched a video series by a guy named Scott Uhl, UHL, and I will link it in the description, because I could never get this and do a tutorial any better than he did it. So I'm gonna link that. Definitely subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna have it down there in the link if you're into Traxx and stuff like that. So everybody knows me. You guys know I don't need the Traxx. I want to do it. I gotta shake this thing up. I have to be able to get out there and have some fun. And definitely another band thing is in the future for me as well. And I can make a living doing this. I can play solo. It's cool. And the great thing about this is you can use this in your band in Multitrack. Oh, and in the Multitrack configuration, you don't have to use all your outs. You can individually get in there and turn drums and bass up and down and mute tracks and that kind of stuff, and still just go out left and right. You can do click and cues on the left and all your instruments on the right, and basically come out the headphone jack on your iPhone or on your iPad. And by the way, Stage Traxx 3 also works on a laptop. So if you want to use a laptop, you can do it that way as well. You can host sessions where the main band member is running the tracks and has the lyrics and cues and all that kind of stuff in there, and you can host it, and the other band members can connect to it, and they can get the lyrics and the cues and all the different things as well. It does a ton. I could never really, like I said, I could never really explain it as well as Scott. So I'm just going to link his series. He's got a 3-part video series on it, and also, you know, he's got tons of videos on tracks, how to make them, and if you don't understand MIDI, he's got stuff on that. So I think what I'm going to do is just get an air turn pedal, either run it on my old iPad if it runs, or I don't think I want to take the laptop out to a gig. Maybe I'll just get a new iPad, but I don't know. I'm going to start messing around with it. Like I said, my buddy Mark and I have, from the Soundtrack, our corporate band, we have a ton of tracks we already made. I just got to find them. They're on an old 2 terabyte hard drive somewhere. Not an old one, but it could be on this bus, or it could be in my storage unit. But you know, you can start going through them. There is a process where you have to go through and kind of like Ableton Live, if you ever used it, you kind of have to put the BPM of the song in there. So hopefully you know that, and then it gets close, and you have to drag, you know, markers for the chorus and get everything to lock into place. But once you kind of set up each song that way, then you're good to go. You can loop any section you want. You can set up a MIDI pedal to go boom, verse. I don't want to go to you could set up so it's, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, all the main sections of your songs if you wanted to, and just click a pedal to go to each one, and then click another pedal that loops it, and you hit it again and it turns it off. And if you're not looping a section, it just goes right to the next section of the song. So it really enables you, what I was looking for, and it really enables you to kind of just move the arrangement around like a jam band, you know, depending on the night, depending on the crowd. And so I think we're really starting to get there as far as the ability of a solo or a duo and stuff to be more flexible. And you could use this in a band. You could just, like, if you play, this guy plays solo, he plays with his wife, and then they do a 3-piece version. So I think they have the drums in or out. If they don't have a bass player, they can put the bass in and have the clicking cues going to the drums in his ear. So man, I'm pretty excited. It's called Stage Traxx 3. I think some of you already use it, but I didn't know that you could do all the things I really want to do with it. So if you're a power user, just comment below. Tell me how you use it, if you know about it. I guess the entire program is like $20 as well, so it's cheap as heck. So kudos out to the developer. I'm pretty excited that somebody actually developed this, and so yeah, I'm stoked. So I'm probably going to spend the next I don't know amount of time kind of working something up for that. I used to have a fractal rig when I played. I don't have it anymore. I just have like a little like a Spark amp. But what I think I'm going to do is probably get that new little pod, that little tiny 1 Pod Pro, and I think you can hook up a pedal, CC pedal, and couple extra switches to it, and it does a heck of a lot. And it has like the sounds. It's limited, but what it does have, it sounds good, and it has the sounds from the like the HX, like the HX Stomp or the Helix in there. So it sounds really good. I'll probably just get that pedal and use that with like an air turn, an iPad, and you know, set it. The time-consuming thing is you can import the songs from your iTunes library, or you can just import them from your files browser on Mac, or just your iCloud files, or however you want to do it. And if you import a multi-track, which you can get those off Karaoke version as well, then you pull them over in a folder, and then you take them out of the folder, and then he's got it all in his videos, how to set it all up. How I think basically any way you'd ever want to use this. I mean, it'll scroll lyrics, it'll have chords in there, It has like a native lyrics thing, or you can import PDFs. It's just, the thing's crazy. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Links will be in the first, actually links will be in the description. You can check it out. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. And this is an ongoing thing, so I will update you as I get it going. All right, talk to you soon.